Teacher Talk in Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And I'm old enough to remember when someone used to say AI. I thought they were talking about Allen Iverson. Of course, now we know all about AI, artificial intelligence. It's all around us, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with it over the next 10, 15, 20 years. I also remember SI Sports Illustrated when they were a big time publication when I was a kid. I used to get Sports Illustrated in the mail. I remember there was also a Sports Illustrated for kids that I'd get in the mail as well, and I'd read them all the time. They are nowhere near as notable as they were back then. Well, also a couple weeks ago, we had a um, newsworthy event where Clarissa Thompson admitted that sometimes her sideline reports, when she was a sideline reporter, sometimes she would make them up. Sometimes she wouldn't be able to catch the coach. So she would make something up that she thought that they wouldn't mind her saying. There was a lot of controversy around that. A lot of people were disappointed with her, outraged. Didn't really last though. We don't really hear much about it now. And when I'm watching NFL games on Fox, I hear Clarissa Thompson provide updates to the other games going on. Well, what does that have to do with SI? I'll admit I miss this. Rarely do I not catch something noteworthy in sports now. SI is not really a website I go to often now. Very few of my videos have something I got from SI, but this was quite surprising. I'm sorry I missed it. It's about a week old, but I want to share it. It's from Futurism, so it was written November 27th. Sports Illustrated published articles by fake AI generated writers. We asked them about it and they deleted everything. There were so many noteworthy writers Sports Illustrated has had among the years that they were in publication, especially in the 90s and 2000s. Actually, found out about this from Peter King's Monday article. He has a weekly Monday article on Pro Football Talk, and he briefly mentioned this and how he was kind of disgusted by it. Apparently, Pat McAfee also mentioned it. I don't know how it slipped through my fingers, but anyhow, let's get into some of what it says. So, there was nothing in Drew Ortiz's author biography at Sports Illustrated that suggested he was anything other than human. Drew has spent much of his life outdoors and excited to guide you through his never ending list of the best products to keep you falling to the pearls of nature. It read, nowadays there is rarely a weekend that goes by where Drew isn't out camping, hiking, or just back on his parents' farm. Sounds like a normal human. But the only problem outside of Sports Illustrated, Drew Ortiz doesn't seem to exist. He has no social media presence, no publishing history, and even more strangely, his profile photo on Sports Illustrated is for sale on a website that sells AI generated headshots, where he's described as neutral, white, young adult male with short brown hair and blue eyes. Here is Drew Ortiz, a AI generated face that is on SI's website. Not the only AI generated author published by Sports Illustrated, according to a person involved with the creation of the content who asked to be kept anonymous. There's a lot. I was like, what are they? This is ridiculous. The person does not exist. Fake mentions that there's a photo of a person, some fake description. AI author's writing often sounds like it was written by an alien. One Ortiz article, for instance, warns that volleyball can be a little tricky to get into, especially with an actual ball to practice with. Yeah, kind of hard to practice volleyball without that actual ball. Um, so the content is absolutely AI generated, the second source said, no matter how much they say it is not. But after we published the story, an Arena Group spokesperson provided the following statement that blamed the contractor for the content. So the magazine's publisher is the Arena Group. So today, an article is published alleging that Sports Illustrated published AI-generated articles. According to our initial investigation, this is not accurate. The articles in question were product reviews and were licensed content from an external third-party company, Advon Commerce. A number of Advon's e-commerce articles ran on certain Arena websites. We continually monitor our partners and we're in the midst of review when these allegations were raised. Advon has assured us all the articles in question were written and edited by humans. According to Advon, the writers, editors, and researchers create and curate content and follow policy involves using both counter plagiarism and counter AI software on all content. However, we have learned that Advon had writers use a pen or pseudonym in certain articles to protect author privacy, actions we don't condone, and we are removing the content while our internal investigation continues and have since ended the partnership. So, from what I've read, that SI writers are not pleased at all. This is amazing that they would do this and, make it seem like these were real people. Also never, this mentioned statement also never addressed the core allegation of our story that Sports Illustrated published content from non-existent writers with AI generated headshots, and also mentioned that they were written by AI, some of these articles. So crazy that the Sports Illustrated I grew up loving is now doing something like this. And normally I don't read articles word for word. I skipped some of it, but there was so much I had to include reading in here because it's quite interesting, and again, very disappointing because Sports Illustrated was a lot of my childhood. What do you think about this? Are you surprised it's not more of a national headline? Again, it slipped through my fingers. I didn't find out about it until now. Or do you think maybe that's the case because SI just isn't a nationally recognized sports website anymore, like it was back in the day? But man, very interesting. Um, Decided to share this because I'm kind of in shock that they would do this. And even if you were to do it, at least be honest. I remember when John Morant, one of his apologies, after one of his incidents, people were claiming that it was written by AI. He basically asked, "How do I apologize for this?" And AI wrote him the apology. But SI, man, how the mighty have fallen. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.